Hi, I'm Natasha Kitty Katt. Ask me anything. Brace myself, what's coming?
So if you could play a character, existing or new, in any sci-fi franchise, which would you pick, and who or what would you play and why?
Oh my god, now that is a question. I'd like to be a Vulcan on Star Trek. I mean, I can't be Spock because I'm not the right gender, but if I could be a Vulcan on Star Trek, that would, yeah.
If you could play any character, existing or new, in any horror franchise, which would you pick, and who would you play and why?
Good question. Bride of Frankenstein. Bride of Frankenstein, definitely we'll go with that.
If you could tour with any musician, current or past, who would it be and why?
Oh my god, that's such a tough question. Especially for a DJ. It's like saying, what's your favourite song? I don't know, there's so many. Oh my god, who would I like to tour with? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I'll have to come back to that one. I can't think, there's too many.
So I've got a crush on the DJ at my local club. I always want to say hi, but I'm lacking in confidence. It seems like they're always crowded with attention, even after the show. What do I do?
My advice would be wait until they've got a moment where they're not playing and you get a chance to, you know, maybe start of the night or end of the night when they're not busy. Go and say hello. Start a conversation. Don't try and shout over the music, that's not going to be a good look. Just wait till, you know, you can see that they're done. Again, start of the night, end of the night, go over and speak to them.
What gear do you use to perform? Like, I swear to God, I thought DJs just pressed play on their laptop, like Avicii. Enlighten me.
So, you know, I've got my 1210s, that's if I'm playing vinyl. I've got my E&S mixer. It's more than just press and play and pause. We've got to beat match, we've got to think of the phrasing, we've got to think of the journey. I also use CDJs, so it depends whatever is in the club, usually 3000s nowadays. But yeah, there's more to it than just stop and start and sync. I don't touch the sync button, that's not not for me.
How did COVID damage your momentum? Or did you take advantage of people being isolated and go online to stream? I wanted to do that, but it seemed like everyone was doing it. Hey-oh, at least I'm prepared for the next pandemic.
You know what, I had so many gigs and things that were lined up. Initially, my first tour of America, it was some big heavy hitter clubs was going to be as COVID hit. But what I did was I utilised the time to be creative and used that in the medium of live streams. I have a green screen at home, so I was cutting up a lot of horror clips and sci-fi.
Dream location or venue that you'd love to
help? I'd love to play, I think it's because of the air of mystery and because it's Berghain in Berlin. Because everyone's like, oh, you queue 3 hours, you might not get in. I'm like, I want to play there. I've heard stories about it, but Berghain is one I'd like to try that one out.
What's your horror Mount Rushmore?
Oh my God, that is such a good question. So it would be the OGs. I'd have to say the Universal monsters, so Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, you know, Wolfman. It'd have to be those guys.
What's your holodeck dream team?
Holodeck dream team. So 7 and 9, Worf, absolutely love that guy. Spock. How many am I allowed?
Dream team as many as you want.
Cisco, Kirk. There's just too many that I like. Do you know what? I'll end up sitting here and I'll just be like, yeah, every character. But yeah, we'll go with those ones for now. That's the first that come in my head.
Your thoughts on Beru bangers?
On what, baby? Oh, I know who that's from. Yeah, not for me.
What is it?
It's a style of music. It's like music from Beirut, but it gets called Beirut bangers, and it's like really, it's not good.
Biggest fangirl moment you've ever had while interviewing someone?
So I've had a few of those. So I got to interview Lee John of Imagination. That was amazing. Lonnie Liston-Smith, Dexter Wansell. There's been a few. I've been very fortunate, but definitely Lonnie Liston-Smith, Dexter Wansell. That's two that really stood out for me. You know, just getting to ask about their backstory, like their history, and you know, what inspired them. You know, it's really amazing what you can uncover.
Most geeky DJ moment?
Probably every time I go on the stage. I'm constantly doing this. I mean, I'm a walking, talking geek that DJs, so every moment. It's hard to point one. I think any moment I'm on the stage is a geeky moment.
The record or tune that is always on your playlist?
One I'm guilty of is Marlena Shaw, Touch Me in the Morning. I have that track every single time, and I've been guilty of people filming it and sharing it a lot. I'm like, I'm going to have to take this out of the record bag. It's just too much. I'm always playing it. But yeah, that's one I'm guilty of.
Your biggest inspiration in your DJ career?
My dad.
Kirk or Picard?
That is so hard for me because I love them both in their own ways. I was lucky enough, I met William Shatner at Comic-Con in London, and I got to sign one of my records. It's in my music studio. So I love them both. I love them both in their own ways because they've both got the charm, the charisma. They're both good leaders. They know how to deal with a no-win situation. They don't believe in it. You know, that's too tough. I don't know if I can pick. I feel like that's like choosing a child. I don't know if I can do it.
Favourite Enterprise version?
Favourite Enterprise? I love the original. I mean, my favourite series is the original. I know a lot of people like lean towards TNG, but where's my fella? All the way, original.
Stu, you know the question that you didn't want to ask? On camera, can you please show her at least what it is to get the reaction?
I can imagine what it is.
Happy Harris.
Teeth for pubes or pubes for teeth? I don't know. They're both awful.
So if any horror character from modern or classic could cross over with another modern or classic for a versus movie, similar to Freddy versus Jason, who's going against who?
Maybe Dracula and the Monster. You know, I've never seen that. And again, I always veer back to Dracula and the Frankenstein monster. Like, I think that'd be pretty damn cool.
Have you ever tried the Wednesday Addams dance?
Do you know what? Once when the amount of people that said to me, "Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? Please do it." And then I was like, "I might do it." And I remember I was drunk one night after night. I was like, "Can I do it? Yeah, I can do it, but I'm not doing it." But yeah, I thought about it, and then I was like, "No, everybody's doing it. I can't." But I did love that series. I must admit, I thought it was good.
What's your favourite movie soundtrack?
Oh, Blade Runner, Vangelis, easily. That's another one that's in my studio framed.
If you could design your final performance, you know this is going to be your last live performance, how are you designing it?
So I can have any sort of set.
You have full creative control over making your last ever performance. How are you going out with a bang?
So it would either be on the Enterprise, so like actually DJing what looks like the Enterprise, or in Dracula's castle. One or the other. But yeah, probably Star Trek, the Enterprise, getting to do a full sci-fi disco on there. That'd be good.
And would the show end with you beaming out?
Absolutely.